Hello Soulbridge family, this is Julie from Soulbridge Holistics, and this morning I'm going to be talking about dowsing and pendulum use. The first thing to understand about this channel is discernment and what makes my channel different, what you're going to be learning, why I'm teaching dowsing. From everything I've shared over time, my channel's core includes ethical use of energetic perception, autonomy, not outsourcing your authority to objects, even including a pendulum. Teaching people to trust their clarity. This is not about spectacle. And not turning to AI to write my material or decide what my presentation will be, because I did consult it for a couple of things, and as soon as it's tried to say use imagination instead of visualization, I understood who the programmers are and that it has a bias. And it does not understand energy medicine or channeling or people who actually do that for real. I'm applying and demonstrating dignity, autonomy, and not servitude. There is a coherence as well. I'm not drilling or forcing you to follow me, but I do need you to go back and look at previous lessons that have built up to this point. I'm not trying to add noise to an already loud space. YouTube already has plenty of people making a spectacle of themselves, doing stunts, using shock factor to gain an audience, and you're not that type of audience. This is deep work, and I respect that. In fact, I'm doing the opposite. I'm teaching people how to listen properly. The value of using or mastering use of any of the tools that I teach isn't in the tool. It's in the calibration of the person using it. Pendulums are just interfaces. In fact, I will be teaching tarot at some point in the future. What's rare is someone who teaches these arts cleanly, responsibly, and without theatrics. And you'll notice I'm not dressed like a sage or a gypsy, and I do not teach what I can't do well. I do draw a line, because artists can be really good at one form of art and really bad at something else. So every channel is going to be a little different. But what I teach you is authentic to the best of my ability and as cleanly as I can. What I teach does not replace a doctor. So if your leg is broken or the neurotransmitters in your brain lack chemicals and you need to connect your neurons, then you need a doctor. But holistic healing and apothecaries and energy medicine definitely have their place. Why learn to use a pendulum now? And what is dowsing? Starting with pendulum work is wise because it teaches yes or no clarity, not storytelling. So you get a clear, decisive, distinct answer. It requires grounding, neutrality, and body awareness because you are holding it and watching very subtle cues. It is channeling energy through you, and it is also interacting with your spirit guides if you're wondering where those answers are coming from. It exposes bias quickly with an important lesson. If you frame the dowsing questions correctly, because I'm not teaching fortune telling. What I'm teaching is how to establish a baseline signal, how to clear your interface, your emotion, your expectations, how to ask properly constrained questions, which we'll get into, how to stop when the signal degrades. What is scarce is someone who teaches energy channeling and spiritual tools without turning it into performance or dependency. And I do not intend to do either. I'm freely giving you these tools. What I'm offering is a literacy tool. It's not prophecy. It's something to be used sparingly, not habitually. My channel will continue to stand apart from the ecosystem because of its unbiased nature and the sheer purity of the material that I'm presenting to you. So appropriate questions to ask a pendulum include questions about alignment or confirmation or readiness. For example, is this decision aligned with my stated goal? Do I have enough information right now to decide? Is my body responding well to this supplement? Is this the correct time to proceed? Is option A more suitable than option B? So you can see that they have to be yes or no questions, but even then, when I asked, is option A more suitable, I took a either or and turned it into a yes or no. So that's the way you phrase those questions. Okay, the time frame for asking questions, it should be about the present and not the distant future. Pendulums are very reliable for current conditions, immediate next steps, and personal choices. Questions not to ask a pendulum. Does Ricky love me? That's emotionally charged and invasive. However, if it's part of your life path and you are meant to know, your spirit guides will answer that. Will I be rich? That is undetermined, right? And you don't have any criteria here. You'll be rich in what sense? What should I do with my life? Here you're abdicating responsibility, and it's your life path. And again, go back to previous lessons about how you are responsible for the life path that you chose. So you can also do dowsing on a map. For example, where should I move to? When I was in Texas and I didn't want to be there anymore, I started dowsing and it showed me California. I guess I'm going back to California because nothing resonated as well. Which area is better for me? Not only was it taken to California, it also dowsed to the city that I'm in right now. So I'm still here. Discipline and ethics. People who teach dowsing responsibly will always emphasize that you maintain a neutral emotional state. And I've tried to do that with all of the stuff that I'm teaching you guys. Clear stopping conditions if the answer is not forthcoming. Okay, so if it's turning in circles or, being weird, not being regulated, maybe you're not clear or it doesn't want to answer the question right now. Regular recalibration or cleansing of the pendulum and yourself. Again, you have to go through the grounding, running your energy, cutting cords, putting your protective bubble of white light around you to protect your aura, call in your spirit guides and your angels. If the truth's not evident, you'll go, well, it's not giving me an answer right now. So we're not doing parlor tricks here. So for most people, yes will be an up and down swing, and no will be back and forth, and maybe or unclear will be turning in circles. And you have to actually calibrate your pendulum. So you ask some questions like, is my name Julie? And then you wait to see what it does. My questions. So here's some questions I'll be asking. Is it a good idea to continue in this direction, pursuing this relationship? Which area should I be looking for housing in? Is it advantageous for me to go to that party tonight? And a lot of distance healers and people who work with the police will say, please show me where the body of Anna Marie is located. Am I warm? And they use dowsing to look on a map. And I have seen more than one psychic find bodies. Again, when you're doing that, you're working in coordination with all these other senses and the ability to bilocate and visualize what's going on there. So you may have more than one tool at your disposal. All right, so I'll be getting my pendulum, and the next step will be to show you some examples of dowsing. Okay guys, I'm back and I have a pendulum. It's got a long chain, longer than I want. So I'm just gonna kind of wrap it around my fingers so I can get it to swing freely. I did cleanse it. I ran energy through it, Reiki. And right now it's in a neutral position, just kind of almost in a circle. Okay. So you might want to test your pendulum and ask it questions that you know are yes or no, and things that you're not sure of to see what maybe looks like, just so you can figure out what your pendulum does. Because what works for me may not work for you, and this is all very, very much based on it's experiential and it's how you utilize it, and it's your energy, so that can be kind of unique to you. All right, so I'm going to be setting this up to face down so you can see what the pendulum does. We'll try this out. Could be a little awkward filming, but we'll work on it. Okay, so here I've got the pendulum. I'm going to wrap it around my fingers so it feels like it's comfortable, at a comfortable length. You notice it has 2 strings on it because it's from a necklace, but it swings just fine. And give it a moment to try and get itself still. Okay. Hello, pendulum. You know, it occurred to me you could give your pendulum a name. So I'm going to name this one Rose. Hi, Rose. Could I call on my spirit guides to please be with me here today? Let me know when they're here. Okay, it's at a dead standstill. Is my name Julie? Am I in California? Okay, the way it's twisted over my finger, I'm not happy about that. I'm going to try and make it freer. Okay. Am I in California? Okay, that's definitely north to south, up and down for me. So it is responding yes. It's a strong yes. Next question. Are my spirit guides here with me now? Do I have at least one spirit guide here with me now? Okay, that's yes. Do I have angels here with me now? Ooh, that's a very strong. Ooh, it's doing a maybe. See how it started to circle? Okay. Hahewia and Lehahia, are you here with me now? Definitely stopped for a minute and now it's going north to south. That's a yes. My angels are here. Could you tell me if I was female in my past life? That's a strong yes. Could you tell me if I was female in the life after that? That's a definite no. Did you see it change? Oh, it's a strong no. Okay, that's because I was male in the life before that. It caught that. Thank you. Okay. Is it winter right now? It's given me yes. So we're just testing it right now, testing what it can do. And I'm not sure if I can bring it closer to the camera. Let's see, so that you can get a better glimpse of what it's doing. Because then it looks like it's just blurry. All right. Am I in Florida right now? Do you see how it's saying no? Oh, that's a big no. Okay. So, yeah, big no. All right, I'm going to stop it right there. So that should be enough of an indication for you. That should have been enough of a preview for you to see what the pendulum is comfortable with. And see how it sounds still before it changes its answer. So it actually waits for the energy to shift and then it answers. So when I said, are my spirit guides here, and I got kind of a maybe, and then I switched to my angels here, and then it said yes. So I was not specific about which spirit guide, because literally I did not call my spirit guides in. So for them to just show up and I didn't say who is an example of a vague question. So you do want to have more specific questions than, am I going to eat dinner? You know, and that's a frivolous question. So do not try parlor tricks with this. It's not for a party. It's not for taking lightly, and it's not for using for pointless questions. All right, so I hope that this was helpful for you. Please like, share, subscribe, pass this information on to someone else, and look for the soulbridgeholistics.com link to affiliate items related to dowsing and pendulums that I will post on the website so that you can find supplies for dowsing. All right, have a lovely day and we'll see you again.